1 is set is 93%, and the standard takeoff reports are as follows. If either of us sees any annunciator lights, we will call aboard and we'll reject the takeoff. I'll reject the takeoff by applying maximum braking, bringing the thrust levers to idle, and applying full air brakes. You will advise ATC that we are rejecting. If we go off the end or the sides of the runway, we'll stop the aircraft, set the parking brake, and we'll complete the evacuation. If you hear evacuate, 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 you will advise ATC that we are evacuating. You'll select the dump valves to open, turn the emergency lights on to full, and you'll assist the passengers with evacuating out of the appropriate side of the aircraft. I will shut down the aircraft by bringing the thrust levers to idle, closing the high pressure and low pressure cocks, and making sure that the spoilers are selected to down and closed. I will then assist you out with the evacuation. You'll make sure that once the evacuation is complete, you'll bring the passengers 50 meters upwind of the aircraft. That completes the evacuation. So, after 80 knots and before V1, we will only reject for an engine fire, failure, inadvertent thrust reverser deployment, loss of directional control. Otherwise, we will continue at V1 and treat it as an in-flight emergency. So after V1, we will accelerate to our V1 speed, which will be 126. We'll accelerate to V2, which is 130. We'll climb to 2,100 feet, which is our safe altitude. We'll accelerate to 139, at which point we'll bring up the flaps and accelerate to 160. After we're clean and we're established at 160, we'll then begin the climb to 130. There'll be no actions below 1,100 feet, and no emergency drills below 2,100 feet. Otherwise, we have and if we do need to emergency return, it'll be the ILS 05, at which point we have the ILS 05 set is 109.75 for Toronto. And if we do continue, and if there's no emergencies, we'll be on the Pearson 9 departure, and we'll do the briefing for that. Okay. So this will be the Pearson 9 on the 10-3 Lima page, effective as today, for Toronto, Ontario. Departure frequency 28.8, which we have set, is our in our nav 2. The airport elevation is 569, which we've confirmed. Safe altitude with 100 nautical miles is 4,900 feet. Caution, simultaneous parallel operations may be in use, and we've considered noise, and this depends on pilot navigation. Safe altitude is off the Toronto VOR, is 3,100 feet in our direction of flight. Our comm procedures are noted here, and our noise abatement, which we've discussed, is 1,100 feet. Minimum climb gradient doesn't require, and we achieve the minimum climb gradients and exceed them. So our initial climb for runway 33 right, which we were cleared, unless otherwise assigned by ATC, we'll climb runway heading 327 to 1,100 feet. At 1,100 feet, you'll call me 1,100 feet. And then we're going to turn left to heading of 320, which you'll assist me with the heading, so turning to 320. Then we'll intercept radio 343, which we have bugged on both sides, outbound of the Toronto VOR, which we have briefed, to Malton. After Malton, we will maintain course and heading. We'll maintain the course of 343, outbound for vectors, and we'll anticipate left-hand vectors back to the Toronto VOR to intercept the Victor 265, which we're cleared. Any questions? No. No questions. All right, that completes our emergency takeoff briefings for today.